I think so. Let me come back to his statement because he jarred something in my head that I remembered from the past. All Israel has to do, and I would do this in a heartbeat if I were Israel, and not because I have a conscience, they obviously don't, but because they're clever. All they have to do is arrest Netanyahu. Arrest him, incarcerate him, and try him. That's all they have to do. Because a distinct provision of the court's procedures is they do not, even if a country is a signatory, they do not go into that country and apprehend anyone, charge anyone, cause anyone to be a criminal in their system, and bring them out to justice, as it were, if the country has a good, functioning, legitimate, democratic legal system and is taking action itself. They then they dispose of their jurisdiction if that's the case. And generally speaking, when they were talking about us from time to time, that was what we always emphasized. We have a very good legal system and we take care of our own problems. Thank you very much. And other countries have used that too. And they should, if it's true, or even reasonably so. That's all Israel has to do, is arrest Netanyahu and put him in jail. He needs to be arrested and put in jail anyway. So why not be smart and do that? That would cut the whole thing down. I mean, and you'd probably have to do Gallant too, but I'm all for that too. Remember his initial remarks? He was the one who was so in favor of starving them to death, which is a war crime. Put him in jail too.
I think.
Go back to your other question.
Yeah. My question was that it seems that they're going to have this difference between the United States and the European Union when it comes to the Middle East is going to bring some sort of problems for them in terms of the Trump administration being in Washington.
I think so, if they pursue what it looks like from Trump's latest remarks and appointments and such, or prospective appointments. Yes, because he's going to be whole hog for Israel, even more so perhaps than Biden was. If that's the case, then we're going to lose probably eventually. In 6 months, I'll say we'll lose everybody in the world because people are going to find it increasingly difficult to stay with this genocidal, murderous, barbarian state. They're just going to find it impossible to do so and hold their heads up or look at the mirror when they shave in the morning or when they put on their perfume or their lipstick. It's going to be very difficult to survive the global censure that's just going to grow. It's not going to abate. People aren't going to go home and say, well, okay, I was accusing them of murder this morning, but I think when I have my supper, I'll quit accusing them of murder, when they've murdered another 200 people in the intervening time period. And they're doing it in Lebanon now, too. I mean, they're just dropping bombs on Lebanese villages and towns and cities just to be dropping bombs on them because they're angry that they're losing again. They're losing badly, just like they did in 2006, but written a lot larger across a bigger tapestry. They are losing against Hezbollah. And there's no prospect whatsoever that Netanyahu is going to allow a ceasefire, no matter how many Israelis die, because he knows the moment he begins that path of ceasefire, he's going to jail in his own country. Oh, what did I say? He's going to jail. Why not merge these two situations? Let's be smart, Israel. Put the bastard in jail.
He says that in the video that you're not willing to watch, he said that we are the only democracy in the region. And before coming,
why in English? Why in English? And why are you speaking in English? The man is just short of being in dementia, but he's still got enough political cleverness left to understand what works. He has hit the anti-Semitism button so many times. I think it was Jonathan Shanker, if I remember right, who then was at FDDD, Freedom for Defense, Foundation for Defense of Democracy, which was a military APAC. And just look at the list of the people that belonged to it. And when he was there, he made a statement. He said, you know, we're going to overuse this anti-Semitic thing. We're going to use it so many times that it's going to turn into something that just washes off like water off a duck's back. It won't mean a thing. That's where they are. This anti-Semitic barb, I don't care how many laws the U.S. Congress paid, thank you very much, by AIPAC, passes. I don't care how many university professors make absolute cowardly fools of themselves by attacking their students for being brave protesters. It doesn't matter. Anti-Semitism isn't a barb anymore because it isn't anti-Semitism. It's anti-Bibiism. It's anti-murder, anti-genocide, anti-depraved nature, whatever you want to call it. It's not anti-Semitism. If it's anything, it's anti-radical Zionism, like Meir Kahane. You know, that's what it is. And by the way, I just saw that he's been resurrected as a hero again. And I said to the individual who told me about it, I said, you know, he could have been Hitler's Reinhard Heydrich and done an even better job than Heydrich did. It's too bad we don't have any Czech partisans to sneak up on Heydrich and kill him. Well, he's dead, so we couldn't do that. But anybody out there listening to me with regard to some other people who probably need some Czech partisans to hunt them down? This is crazy, Neiman. It's just crazy. I don't understand how the world can be developing, finally, the angst it should be developing over what's happening in the Levant, and us still be where we are. It's sheer lunacy.